Hey guys, I am Mama Bear to Many. I am mom to 15. Yes, 15 children. Although the company just asked me what my name of my pets were. So anyway, don't have any pets right now. I was hoping they weren't going to ask more questions. Anyhow, I am doing laundry. Go figure, 15 kids doing laundry. And you can hear my voice is honky kind of, sorry. I got really sick, which totally stinks. Actually, everyone got really sick, which really stinks. And I am cleaning up in the aftermath. Let me see. I have been cleaning now. So we got sick on Tuesday. Horrible sickness. I could not even, it wasn't even like vomit sickness. My bones, everything ached. Oh my goodness. Have you guys been hit with anything this year? It was like hit our whole household like a Mack truck. I bought a new, I treated myself and I bought myself a new new laptop. And so we get home from that and my chest hurt. And then later that night, my whole body started aching really bad. And it just got worse and worse. And I was taking ibuprofen, guys. I never take ibuprofen. Okay. Anyway, so today's video, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to do some laundry with you guys, chat with you guys, and then I'll take you and show you some new things that I got downstairs and kind of my plans for food storage and what I am going to keep, what I'm not going to keep. I saw somebody, I'm trying to think who it was. I think Janice, she went through her, or was sharing something about her food storage. And I was like, that's a good idea. I should share with you guys what I plan to do a little bit differently with our food and our food storage as well. But I'm going to add it to this video because we can chat about it. So I think I'm on like my 6th load of laundry today. I did 5 loads last night, not including comforters, because I'm gonna have to bring bring a load next door. I'll probably have to bring about 20 loads next door into the laundromat tomorrow so everyone's comforters can get done. I mean, not 20, like, I'm gonna have to bring everyone's blankets and sheets and blankets. But I did all the kids, younger kids' clothes now. I've done 3 of the other loads, and then I have that pile and another pile exactly like that that I need to get done, and then I have another load of towels that I need to get done. So that is my goal for the day. We did kind of clean out, rearrange the living room. We did kind of I cleaned out my bedroom last night. Oh my goodness. It was a hot mess. So I was able to tear through all that. So I'll probably do the sheets for the little kids there. I think we're going to be rearranging some rooms and beds, but I don't know that we'll do that today. We'll probably do that tomorrow because no one feels good enough to go to church. Like, in case you can't hear them coughing upstairs. We're not passing this bug along. So I think laundry mat and deep cleaning over the next couple days is going to be what we're doing. Well, that was exciting. I shut off the camera for 2 seconds because I was like pulling hard on this stuff. Somehow a pull-up got washed with my wash. So we are redoing this wash. Have you ever had a diaper or a pull-up? I don't know. I pulled it and it was like all over the place. So now I have that mess to clean up down there. This is the worst thing you've ever washed. One time we had these front loader washer machines so you can see like what's going around in it. And all of a sudden I see this weird thing in there. I'm like, what is going on? Because our bathroom was in there and I was like sitting on the toilet and I see something in there. And I'm like, what is that? So I stopped it, but then I didn't want the thing to like drain out. So I was like, oh, what do I do? I couldn't tell exactly what it was. I let it go all the way through. Guess what it was? It was a jar of cherries. Like a home canning jar of cherries. Like, how did that happen? I have no clue. I have no clue how some of this happens. Okay, we have a massive pile of beans and stuff here. I'm just going to share with you what we have here. some things that have changed and some things that I am rearranging a little bit better. I do have somebody who is going to be more in charge of trying to organize this. So like these here, nobody really likes these. I can probably make them work in a soup, but won't be buying those again. I don't know how much pasta I'm going to be buying. I'm going to try to back off from the pasta a little bit this year. This is random stuff that needs to get used up. It's tidbits of this and that. We need some space on that shelf there, so I'm just trying to use those things up as well. Then we have jelly. We have pickles. We need to eat more pickles with our meals. And then we have some spices. I need to evaluate what I have for spices. And then I have some corn muffin mix. I don't really like that the corn muffin mix is like that because I need a container with a lid. But I don't have one right now. So, you guys had asked before, like, why I don't have everything in containers. I don't have everything in containers because I don't have money to put everything in containers. And I know that it sounds weird just to say, oh, we'll just get, you know, a couple $100 or something like that for containers. I'm working on it one thing at a time. So that's where I was. Things are not all in containers. Things are all not neat. Things are not, like, orderly and whatever. I'm just doing the best I can with what I have. So, this is leeks and potatoes, so we could make some soup with that type of stuff. And then some proteins here. And then salsa and stuff on the bottom. These are just random cans that were from some of the meals that I had made before, so we're going to try to use some of those up. These are all beans that are not organized at all. I am hoping somewhere in this video. And then I started to move. So this has, one of my goals is to take some of these down here. Some of my, what are those called? Teas. These are teas. I have big things of teas and there's other things over here of teas. So I want to go through the tea and anything I'd actually drink for tea. I want to take a smaller container and bring that upstairs. So that's one of my goals. This is some baby food and stuff for Azariah. These are extra cans of things. Over here, I have lots of stuff on shelves like this, but I'm not going to be purchasing a lot of these things anymore. So I need to be picky and choosy with what I actually want to do. So I'm kind of just feeling this out here. So let me think. Coconut flour is here, but we don't really use coconut flour overall. So I would like to try to find a recipe or a couple of recipes for coconut flour so I can use that up. And then cassava flour, we used to use this all the time to make tortillas, but they weren't our favorite tortillas. I don't know. We might end up just making some tortillas with cassava flour. So as I regroup this area, a lot of these things, these will keep. Oh, there was her hiding there. Those sugars will need to go up. Anyway, I need to go through some of this stuff. I did, however, purchase these. I put 2 of them upstairs. 2 of them upstairs are oats. I have oats upstairs in one of these, which held about 40 pounds. And then I have one of all-purpose flour. So I'm going way back to simple, guys. I'm going way back to simple again. There was a period my daughter was having these like diagnosis, and she had like 5 different diagnoses, which were all kind of severe autoimmune conditions. And like that happened. She had Lyme disease, sweet pea had type 1 diabetes, like all within the same like 6-month period. And so there was this time that we're just like, I was like, forget it. I was like, I thought I was doing the best that I thought I was doing my best. And I was, like growing our own food, canning our own things. But But still in that, there was a lot of things that probably were not best in our diet. And I was making a lot of our own bread, but I was making a lot of bread. Anyway, so it was just this period of our life that I felt really sad about it. You know, my son had passed away about a year prior to this, not even a year, I don't know, around a year prior to this time that I really just, all this stuff was going on. And I was like, what are we doing? Like, we moved all the way out here to the middle of nowhere to grow our food, to give our kids a healthier environment so that our kids wouldn't get all these conditions. I was really upset about it. I was upset. I felt like I was like giving them like everything I possibly could, and still it wasn't good enough, because we live in an imperfect world. We live in a world where we're getting poisoned from like so many different directions, that I felt like almost this enormous like guilt. At the same time, I felt almost really passionate about finding a way that we could eat that things were so much better for us and our family. So my daughter had gone through this huge detox thing, and during that detox thing, the medications that she was on, she couldn't have gluten, soy, or GMO corn or dairy. And so she went totally extreme. She was younger, and so I just made sure that she had those things. And at the same time, we cut all of that out. And it was really challenging to do that. I'm not saying that we're going extreme, but it's something in that period of time. It taught me something. It taught me that sometimes just being simpler is better. And so I'm trying to simplify the amount of ingredients that I have. Not the amount as far as I have 50 pounds, but do I really need like coconut oil, coconut flour, and all these things? Like, I really don't use those on a regular basis. I want to keep the things that I use on a regular basis. Like, if I really need to have like almond flour and I just keep almonds, like I can make almond flour. I have to think more about it, but I can make almond flour. So I want to be able to, I want to get back to, I'm going to try to do a gluten-free sourdough. My other daughter has already been working on doing her homemade bread, and we're just going to try to come down to this whole other area where it's like one ingredient foods, and we seem to do really well when we were doing that. So we're going to try to get back to where that is. And I know a lot of people like to try and target just sugar and say, well, I just want to cut sugar out of my diet. I think cutting sugar out of your diet is good. I just think that sometimes we need to like evaluate, because sometimes if we just cut sugar out of our diet, then it's like everything has sugar in it. So then it becomes a diet, like a pity party diet, something like that. Or even as far as type 1 diabetes, if we just take everything that we have sugar in and change it over to an alternative, I don't know that's that much of a better product. Or if you start eating whole foods and foods that are going to nourish your body, then you're able to nourish your body versus eliminate foods. We could use prayers for health. As you can tell, we are still definitely not better. Where I am a lot better than I was, because I was in such serious pain before. I don't have that serious pain, but now I'm all like head coldy, my throat really hurts, have a cough. Azariah is sleeping a lot. He's trying to sleep it off. Hopefully it won't get to him. I hope that he doesn't get like the coughing portion especially. Lots of suctioning out and that type of stuff for him. So I'm gonna be filling these and really evaluating our diet. I don't even know what I'm putting in these ones yet. We'll see when I get to that. Probably rice and some beans, and I'll probably be grinding our own rice flour for sourdough bread, and then making our own gluten-free sourdough bread. So that's like my goal, but I'm not there yet. I'm doing one step at a time, and one step right now is doing the laundry. But it did get kind of cleaned up down here. Things are still like shoved away a little bit. But so that's kind of what we're doing. We're just trying to regroup, going back to 1-ingredient foods, if at all possible. Pasta, I think like if I'm going to do pasta, I might keep a handful of boxes of pasta, but I'd like to like make our own pasta maybe like once a month, and then like whatever we make would just be for a couple meals, and then that's all we'd have for pasta for the month, because pasta is actually like a complex carbohydrate, so that can be more challenging for people with type 1. So most of the time, a lot of people ask as far as diabetes go, like, well, all the sugar, like you'll see me make cookies or something with real sugar, right? And so then they're like, well, what did you do for your kids with diabetes? They ate the product with the sugar in it. I would much rather to give them a treat, if you will, like to give them a snack that has sugar in it, than putting complex carbohydrates into regular foods that they eat consistently. So if they're eating meals that don't contain lots of like processed foods, then if every meal is a treat, if every snack is a treat, not a treat, but like something complex carbohydrate, then it's difficult for your body to like continually break it down. If it's a treat, then you can use it occasionally, where I'd much rather like do something occasionally with sugar than to just continue to use fake sugars and such when it's really not even sugar. I find such a bigger spike in processed foods, or like pasta's like usually a huge one, pasta or bread products, than for them to have a couple cookies a week. So that will be the way that I focus my goals. I think that in society we're told that we need to use all these fake substitutes in order to help other people to make money. And I'm not opposed to using some of them sometimes, but I don't think that they are necessarily the best thing either. So the closer that we can get to what God created us to eat, like things that you can grow, things that, you know, you can hunt, like those types of things, the closer that we get to like eating that type of food, then the better off our health is going to be. So we're regrouping in that manner. So in sickness and health, that's where we're going with our food and our food systems this year. So what I have, I'm using. I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm not throwing things away. I can't tell you how many times I've been like, I need to do this diet or whatever, and we're going to be so much better and throw everything away. It's not the way to go. Slowly weed it out. If you slowly weed things out, then you can slowly bring other good things in. So I hear my little girl calling me. I hope y'all have a blessed and wonderful day.